Alright guys, so we're gonna start creating our character. One thing that I forgot to mention in the last video is that you can actually name your objects. So it's better to do that because you have everything more organized and it's better for you to know what you have. So what I did is that I named my both images. So I put it like front and side so I know which one is the one that I need. Right now we're gonna add a new collection. We're gonna name it Mesh, and this is where we're gonna start building our character. So we're gonna go into front view and we're gonna add a cube. I had this activated, probably it's gonna appear like this. And then you're gonna go into edit mode, scale it down, move it upwards, and now you see what I had that activated, which is the X-ray mode. As you can see, I cannot see what's behind my mesh. So what I do is that I activate the X-ray mode, which is this one right here. So I can see everything that's behind it. I'm gonna scale these down more, scale it down in the Z axis like that. And as you can see, what I do is try to figure out the size of my cube. I will go into side view, and I'm gonna scale this down too. I'm gonna actually scale it to here, so like it fits this part right here. Scale it more, and I'm gonna grab this and move them forward, upward. That's it. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna create a loop cut right in the middle. So I'm gonna divide my mesh in two. So you press Ctrl R and this yellow line will appear. You click it and you will be able to drag it wherever you want to, but I want it right in the middle. So to do that, I just right click and it will create the loop right in the middle. So if I go into perspective mode, now you will see that my mesh has like another division in the middle, and that's the way we create more geometry, so we can actually shape our character better. Go back to X-ray mode and I'm going to select these vertices right here and I'm gonna delete them. The reason why is because I will create a modifier for my mesh, which is the mirror modifier. If I click here, what this will do is that whatever I do on my right side will be duplicated on my left side. So if I move, for example, this vertex, it will move as well in the other side. This is a great tool to just work on one side and everything will be replicated on the other one. One thing that is important is that you activate clipping, because if you don't, if I select this vertex right here, and I move it, it's gonna be separated and I want it to be joined. So I activate clipping, and with that I won't be able to separate the vertices that are in the middle of my mesh. Alright, and so now that we have this, I'm gonna start creating some more loops so I can start building the mesh the best way possible. So I'm gonna go into a side view and I'm going to I'm actually gonna stay in the front view. I'm gonna create a loop right here, maybe like there, and another loop right here. And now I'm gonna go into side view. I'm gonna grab those vertices and I'm gonna scale it so they match the image. Same here, and just like that. I'm gonna move this up a bit so that it matches like this part right here. I'm gonna create another loop cut right in the middle, scale it, and create like this shape right here. That's it for now. I'm gonna go into the front view and I have this, so I will try to fix this so it matches the image. Move it like that. I'm gonna move this as well, maybe there. With this, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to start creating more geometry. Instead of moving this, I'm going to move it just like that. Maybe move it downward. Let's see if it's nice. I'm going to scale it, not that much. Just like that. And let's see if everything matches. Everything is perfect. So now I'm gonna create loops on the other side. So I'm gonna create a loop here, and I'm gonna create another loop right here. Yeah, I think that's all right. And I'm gonna shape it. So I'm gonna move these upwards, these as well, and this part I'm going to move it down so that it so that it matches the actual image of what we have. Maybe this I will put it here. Now we go here and we see if everything matches. I'm gonna scale this a bit down, this as well. I think that's all right. And now here, this is too much, so I'm gonna scale it upwards, and this one as well. Actually no, just this one. Let's scale it down, and now the other one, scale it more. Just like that. So what we do is that we go into perspective mode, and we see that everything kind of matches the geometry. We have something that is much better than what we had before. And lastly, I'm gonna create another loop right here in the middle. I'm gonna scale in the z-axis a much, and I'm gonna move it upwards. That's it. We have our face. So I'm gonna actually grab this vertex right here, and I'm gonna bring it outwards a bit. Same with this one, just a bit, so that it has like a better shape, like that. And maybe this one. I think that's all right. Okay, so we have the basic shape of our face, of our head. This is the way to shape things very roughly. The last thing that I want you to do is that if you see we are in our flat mode, we can see all of our faces. If I deactivate this for a second, you will see that we can kind of see the faces. But we want to have a more smooth shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a subdivision surface modifier. What this will do is that it will make the shape softer, because it will create more geometry within the geometry that we already have. So I'm gonna go into front view. I'm gonna right click on object mode. Make sure you're on object mode, and we're gonna put shade smooth. So when we do that, you will see that we have a more smooth surface. It's much better. But one thing that you have to keep in mind is that maybe our model will not be as it was before. So you have to make sure that everything is correct. You can actually activate this right here, so you can like shape the actual shape with the subdivision for surface. If you don't have it activated, you will just move the vertices as they were, because that's the actual geometry that we have, unless we apply this modifier, which we won't. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna check that everything kind of matches the geometry. I'm just gonna move this a bit. Make sure that nothing is weird. Maybe this is too high. And inside view, look at this. We missed this part, so I'm gonna try to move it. Keep it as clean as possible while keeping the shape stable. So I'm gonna move this here, and that's it. We have our head. So in the next video, we're gonna continue with our head, do the face and all other things that we need to create for the head. So I'll see you in the next video.